Well, the loss of a wicket just at the 10-over mark of Rishabh Pant would have halted India's progress. Not a monumental score, but still a respectable one at the end of 10 overs. 71, perhaps they would have liked to have been for 2, not 3, but that's the way it stands at the 10-over mark for India. Shreyas Hardik in the company of Hardik Pandya, and the real impetus to the innings once again coming from Ishan Kishan. There you can see 34 of 21. Shreyas Hardik once again showing intent, particularly against the spinners, and it's been one of the spinners, Keshav Maharaj, who in his first over has accounted for Rishabh Pant. Here on Cricbuzz Comm Box, assessing India's first 10 overs, I've got Joy Bhattacharjya joining me. Joy, 71 for 2, maybe you would have still said even Stevens, but with that third wicket, you'd have to have a few smiles on South African faces.
Absolutely. That means that basically, I think that for Shreyas Hardik and Pandya to go on the attack that much earlier, start taking risks, they'll have to wait for a couple of overs more. That could mean another 10, 15, 20 runs less. And I think they'll need a really good performance here. This is not an easy pitch to bat on, but I thought Shreyas Hardik was picking his chances. He took exactly the right time. He took Shamsi down. If you look at Shreyas Hardik, it's very interesting. 27 of 25. Basically, it's 10 of 2 balls, which is make this innings look respectable. And that's the last 2 balls of Tabrez Shamsi.
Yeah, and again, not too dissimilar from what he did in the previous match, because he came out flying. I think he was, 21 of 10 or 21 of 8 balls. Looked as if he was just going to continue. And then suddenly he went to 18 of 21 in the next phase of his innings to finish up kind of even.
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, there is a team management idea that Shreyas Hardik and Rishabh Pant are going to attack the spinners in that 7th to 14th overs. And that's obviously the policy that they're going to go with. It's just that when somebody like Pant gets out early, it's a huge amount of pressure on the other batsmen, because 3 down, and yes, there's Karthik to go, but after Karthik, there's Akshar Patel. There's not that much batting to go after this. So, they're just going to be a little bit more circumspect at this stage than they normally would be.
Yeah, Hardik Pandya, of course, who has shown his wares as a slightly longer innings player rather than just a slam-bang finisher as he was for Mumbai earlier, maybe for India in the past. But his role at Gujarat, I think, has reinvented himself. And I think I think they want the Gujarat captain to come to the party today to India.
They need the Gujarat captain. They need Karthik to come and give them, good 35, 40 runs of 15, 20 balls. They need that acceleration, because this hasn't been the greatest start. And this is, of course, this is not the easiest of pitches to bat on. But if you go by what the South Africans did last time, they would just look at it and turn around and say that, given that we thought 200 was safe on a Delhi pitch, on this pitch also, even if we get 180, 190, we are not going to feel safe, definitely.
Yeah, 180, 190. We still don't know what it's going to be until the innings finishes. But let's have a look at South Africa's bowling and see how they've used their resources. Keshav Maharaj coming in the 10th over, picking up a wicket immediately. That's his only 1 over that he's bowled. And you can see that they've got the bowling options there. They've got the 6 bowlers, and all of them none of them really can be classified as part-timers. Now, as we speak, Joy, we saw a ball early on in the innings from Rabada, I think, that Heinrich Klaasen had to almost be a long jumper, or a high jumper rather, to pick up. But the last ball, as we have spoken, has kept ankle high. Now, is that going to be a sign of things to come?
Yeah, look, what it basically means is, even if a single ball after this does not stay ankle high, what it means is you've put doubt into the batsman's mind. So he's never really sure how this bounce is going to play. These 2 spinners, if they don't take at least 8.5 of the spinners, or 9 of the spinners, actually, the way they're looking at this total, they'll be in a lot of trouble. So I think that's the point. Will they be able to pick their shots? The good thing is that in Shreyas Hardik, they have one of the finest batsmen against spin India has, and Hardik Pandya is in absolutely fabulous form. These 2 need to play till at least the 15th over for India.
All right, let's finish off on Cricbuzz Comm Box by trying to put a revised number, if it is a revised number at all, on the table, keeping in mind what happened early in the innings, keeping in mind the batsmen to come, and keeping in mind that 2 out of the last 3 balls have pretty much not gone off ankle high, Joy. So give me a number at this stage with what the ball is doing.
I'll still stay. I think we were somewhere 165. I'll stay at 170 odd.
Yeah, 170. That looks like the kind of total. It's not going to be a 200. Doesn't appear to be a 200 kind of pitch. So India will need to assess and see what is the ideal total to be able to defend. It looks like a cracking fine late overs to come, and then a run chase that we'll talk about when we come to the mid-innings show. For now, that's all on Cricbuzz Comm Box.